Hey everyone, Sean Joel here from Elevation Leaders, where we help you 10x your business valuation. Can I speak to you today about the art of negotiation? I think we can all agree negotiations happen every single day in every part of your life. Whether you're at home with your spouse or your kids or your teenagers, you're constantly negotiating different topics. Whether you go out into the workplace, you have colleagues, you have your boss, you have clients, you have suppliers, and even just in your everyday life, going shopping, going out to the store, you will find yourself many times having to negotiate. You may even try to negotiate a parking spot. There's many situations where you'll be forced to use the skills. So I am going to today reveal to you the top 3 skills I think are most important to remember when you're entering a negotiation. So let's kick it off with number 1. Seek first to understand and then be understood. So this is a very classic quote from Stephen Covey. I find it incredibly important. Now, if you think very carefully to situations where you've been into, how often have you been successful in a negotiation if you're only focused on yourself, your wants, your needs, your desires, and you weren't necessarily thinking about what the other person wants or needs? If you've ever seen The Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, he talks about giving a pen and telling people, sell me this pen. And immediately people start explaining how the pen looks and why it's of such great quality and the type of ink that's in it. But this has nothing to do with the exercise. His goal in asking that question is to say, what is your client's need? Do they need a pen? What kind of pen would they be looking for? Are you sure they have pens that they've used in the past that are not still functioning for them? What is their reason? What are their needs? What are their wants? What are their desires? So it's all about asking questions. It's all about understanding your audience, the person who's in front of you. So part 1 of negotiations is truly first seeking to understand before being understood. Tip number 2 in negotiations: no is better than yes. So there's a lot of different things to consider in this. When you're thinking about no, most of the times when you get to a negotiation, you need to get to a no before you can get to a commitment. Getting to no quickly is going to allow you to quickly then get to a better place of understanding what are the parameters of this negotiation, where is the anchoring point, where are we being roadblocked and held back in the process. So the goal when you're in a negotiation is actually to get to the no as quickly as possible so that you can actually truly start the negotiation process from there. The other thing you need to be aware of is that there are 3 types of yes, and they sound very similar, but you don't want to be getting to the wrong type. So this all comes from Chris Voss in Never Split the Difference, and he explains that the 3 types of yes. Number 1 is the counterfeit yes. Okay, so this is just a very quick yes to basically shut you up and move on and not have to deal with you again. The second type of yes is a yes that you're going to get without any true commitment. Okay, so you'll get a yes, you may feel good about that yes, but likely you're not going to get to your goal anyway because this person is likely going to ghost you or move on to something else. The third yes you want is a confirmation yes, where you have tangible proof that that yes is going to become a true commitment across the board. So that could be a signed order, it could be another meeting that's scheduled in the calendar, it could be a meeting with another group of people to present this product or service to. That's the commitment yes you really want to get to. So tip number 2 is really not being afraid of no and remembering that there are different types of yes that sound similar, but until you get the commitment yes, you are not in a good place in your negotiation. And finally, number 3 is a term coined the BATNA. Okay, and this was brought to me by Victoria Medvec, who's an incredible negotiations expert. We had a chance to see a couple of her different seminars. She also works with Scaling Up Coaches organization. And what she explains the BATNA as is the best alternative to a negotiated agreement. So basically, it's what is your plan B and what is your plan C. So for example, if you're going to buy a house and you absolutely have fallen in love with that house, there's no other house on the market that you want the house that you're looking at right now, you are not in a good position with your BATNA because you don't have a plan B and you are now put up against a wall. The goal would be for you to have a few other houses that you could buy instead of this house, or being comfortable completely walking away from the deal. Then you have a very strong BATNA. Okay? Same thing goes for a seller. If a seller is trying to sell their business and they have no buyers for it, well, you're in a great position because that seller has no BATNA. They need to sell their business. You're there ready to buy it. So that puts you in a very good position, okay? So not having a BATNA is a disaster going into negotiation. you have to try to have a BATNA as much as possible. If you don't have a BATNA, chances are you are going to fail along the way here. So a very dangerous place to be, okay? So those are your 3 top tips for negotiating. First, seek to understand before being understood. Get to know quickly. Then, as Chris Voss explains to us, understand the type of yeses that are out there. And finally, understanding what is your BATNA and what that looks like. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. Please do share it with others and do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks, have a great day.